part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, the Houston Astros could not overcome the massive early deficit on Monday against the Kansas City Royals as they drop another one to start a series here at home against those Royals who have, well, kind of had their number here early in the 2025 regular season. Hello and welcome this Monday night to the Locked On Astros Postcast. I'm your host, Michael Connor. Thank you for stopping by and watching us here tonight. The Astros try to make some sort of a comeback, but overall, they just did not do enough early in the ball game. Here we go again. This is two nights in a row. I'm sorry. I'm going to mess with it. I'm hoping one last time. Somebody touched this camera, and now it will not stay in place. It's going to absolutely drive me nuts. All right, so the Astros lose tonight by a final of 7-5. We got a lot to get into. Ryan Custo, not very good at all. The Astros starting pitching, it's good. Overall, we know that it's good overall, but there are some question marks here as to how they go about this because they have a couple of guys now that are struggling, including the guy over the weekend. So we'll get into all that. We'll talk about the bats until late in the game, reverting to the bad, not getting really anything going against Michael Wacha. And then the roller coaster of this overall season continuing for this baseball team as they just cannot find a consistent track for which way they're going to go. In a league, in an American League this year that is very similar to what they are doing out there so far this season. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. So what do you walk away from this one talking about more than anything else?
This is what you'll be talking about.
I think overall it's probably Ryan Gusto. The bullpen does its job tonight for the Astros. The bullpen comes in behind him and shuts it down. But this is the second time on this homestand. Now, you had it Saturday and you've had it Monday where a starter has not been able to handle it. And, you know, Ryan Gusto's in a weird spot because he's in back and forth. And things just really got out of hand really quickly there in that second and then the third inning. Saying it's like he just, for a guy that's lived in his minor league career in the strike zone throwing strikes, and so far in his big league career had lived in the strike zone throwing strikes, super efficient. I think it was the first time this season this season I should say, that he'd walked two batters in a row. He did that I believe it was in the third inning. There's nothing went right at all. And you kind of look at where they're at right now, the Astros starting rotation. We all know that you feel absolutely fantastic about Hunter Brown. I mean, as good as it gets. Cy Young, probably the Cy Young leader in the American League right now. Framber Valdez, you still feel like he's going to be an ace, right? I know that everybody's got their reservations to him, but he's going to be a horse at the top with Hunter Brown. And he's going to log a ton of innings, and he's going to post an ERA sub-4 and probably sub-3.5 and probably closer to 3 by the end of the season and be that guy. Ronel Blanco's rounding into shape. They need it in the biggest way possible. He is starting to pitch really well. Wes Neski, you felt really confident about, early in the season, and then, you got to monitor his workload all of a sudden, and he comes back, and he wasn't all that great. So you're just going to, I think, kind of hold your breath there on that one. Lance McCullers, of course, 2 starts back. The first one, he battled through it and didn't give anything up. And then this last one was just horrible. There's no other way around it. And then you have Gusto here tonight. The Astros are also going to go through this period of time with a 6-man rotation, which is interesting. It's going to make the bullpen, be a little bit shorter, which is going to be harder work. Especially, it's going to be harder work if you keep racking up in this period of time. Don't forget, the Astros kicked it off on Friday, the 9th, to where they will not have another day off until the 26th of May. So they've got this entire week ahead of them, and they've got all of next week ahead of them, plus the Sunday, before they get to the Monday day off on the 26th. It's a tough period of time. Now, I'm not worried overall about pitching, like I said. But here's what you'll see. If if you go out there and have these kind of moments more often with a short bullpen and you start taxing that bullpen quite a bit, guess what the ramifications are going to be? The bullpen will get worn out. Performances in the bullpen will not be as good as they have been. Here's the simple facts. You can't keep asking guys like Taylor Scott and Bennett Sousa and Okert to go out there, and Steven Okert, I was blanking on his first name for a second, Steven Okert to go out there and pitch multiple innings every time out. It's not sustainable. It's great that you have three guys that you feel like, okay, I know I'm going to get probably at least six, at minimum five, and I know I'm hopefully going to get at least six, and I think I've got two guys at the top that I'm going to get seven out of every time. But somebody's going to have to step up real quick because you can't do it on three starters consistently. That's just the absolute, truth. It's not time to hit a panic button by any means. There's no way of saying that. But we have to say that, yeah, it's something that it's not great for the optics at the moment. And the optics of the team as well. They're now at 20-20 on the season through the first 40 games of the season. It's been a roller coaster ride. I would like off the roller coaster. Don't know if we'll get there. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a few minutes on where this season has gone and how it has just been very much a, like I mentioned, roller coaster to this point of the season. But the pitching is at the forefront of things now. We always feel confident about the Astros in pitching. It's something that they're always capable of doing. But right now, they're putting themselves in a spot where they're going to affect some of their real strengths of their baseball team if they keep having nights like tonight. It's just absolutely not sustainable. Let's talk about the roller coaster ride. Let's talk about some of the at-bats. We'll do that next here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. First up, though, I want to remind you guys about your bank account. Do you ever look at it and go, man, where'd all my money go? Yeah, I've done it too. Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in. They're your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all of your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. Managing your money with your partner, now smoother and easier than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. When I started using Monarch Money, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery. Now, my budget's smarter, and I save a whole lot more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch Money to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com to get 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. One more message before we get back to our Astros discussion. Following the Monday night loss to the Kansas City Royals, let's go ahead and talk about what we like to snack on. I'm always looking for it. I know you're looking for the snack that packs both delicious and nutritious in it. We'll crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is the highest protein nut. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Personally, I absolutely love the no shells variety. It's the perfect grab and go snack for busy days, whether I'm here at this desk, on a road trip, or just need a quick protein boost. They're always my go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the in-shell option is also a classic favorite. Get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs the protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. Astros falling to the Royals tonight in Game 1 of the 3-game series here this week at the freeze box. Speaking of freeze box, pray for your boy right here. Our water heater went out today. Had to take an ice cold shower earlier. Even though it's getting hot outside, ice cold showers, never fun. So keep me in your thoughts. I gotta replace a water heater. That's gonna be a doozy. Ice cold at the plate most of the day today until the end of the baseball game. The Astros get back in late, but it's far too late to get anything done. I think that's kind of the theme of this season is when they do fall down and then they try to climb back. It's just, it is what it is. It's hard to climb out of a 7-run deficit. It's not something that you really ever are going to do, in all honesty. It's the team puts it that much that early, you're going to win the baseball game unless you're just a total choke job. The roller coaster of this season has continued. We've talked about this a lot. The team is now, as I mentioned a moment ago, sitting at 20-20. And I hate to just pound this point constantly, but I mean, you just go look at the schedule in the month of May, and it's a month where you feel like it's a month where you should absolutely feast. They dropped 2 of 3 to the White Sox. They dropped 2 of 3 to the Brewers, and they came back home, took 2 of 3 to the Reds. And they could still salvage this series, of course. They can go win the next 2 games, and it's a series win, and it's a homestand where you go 4-2, and that's excellent. But here's what I do know. Kansas City, red hot. They've won 17 out of their last 21 baseball games now. They beat the Astros pretty handily. Not handily, but they shut them down handily, offensively for 2 of those games. They've beaten the Astros 3 out of 4 times now this season. So it's not like the Astros have played unbelievably great baseball against the Kansas City Royals so far. I'm not feeling great about things. I'm not feeling great about getting off this roller coaster ride. And I think it all kinds of ties into this. And Marcus, you sent a great question at the right time here on the live chat, on the live show. I think you need to make a trade for starting pitching. I mean, it never hurts to have too much pitching at all. But here's the problem. This market this season, if you just kind of go analyze it for what's going to be available, it's going to be an awful trade deadline. There is not going to be much out there. It does not help that there are so many teams. You go look at the American League right now. Just take a look at it. In the American League East alone right now. And Baltimore probably still feels like they should find a way to climb out of it, even though they've been horrendous. They've got 3 teams within 5 games of the division, or 4 teams within 5 games of the division lead. In the AL Central, you've got 4 teams within 5.5 games of the division lead. The AL West, every team is within 6 games of the division lead. But 3 of the 4 that are trailing the top spot are all within 2.5 games. The Astros at 20-20 are still 2.5 games out. Seattle, by the way, is currently playing the New York Yankees as we do this, and they are losing 7-2. So it looks like it will remain at 2 games. So it'd be not, like they always say, it's never a bad thing to have. You can never have too much pitching. You're going to have injuries. At some point, another starter this season is going to miss the time through the rotation. But the Astros have a depleted farm system, and you can't keep trading from it every year. You just can't. It's not good. And anybody who wants to tell you that the Astros farm system is good is clueless. It's been bad for a very long time. There's not a lot to pull from. Can't keep depleting it. And there's not a lot out there that you want to go give something up. It's not. And then you start to look at it, and you look at this team, and you got to face reality. Again, it's 40 games in of 162. It's better than last season was at this point. Last season, this team, let me just pull it up real quick, through 40 games of the season. Now, the saving grace for that team was, of course, that they still had Kyle Tucker. They still had Alex Bregman. They had Yordan Alvarez playing well. Like, things were a lot better. But through 40 games last year, they were 15-25. So it's a 5-game improvement from last season. It doesn't feel great still. I'll be honest with you, of all the teams in this era of Astros baseball since they've been great, this is the hardest one for me to watch. I don't think they're fun. I think they're lethargic at times. I think that they're bad at the plate. And it makes it an unenjoyable experience at times to have to watch. There's still something to play for. Like I mentioned, two games out. You're going to be 2 games out in the division still at 20-20. And it's a division that's not, nobody's going to run away with this thing. It's not happening. Absolutely not happening. So, hope and pray. That's about all you can do. They'll do game number 2 of the series tomorrow night. Hopefully they'll bounce back in it. That'd be nice. I don't want to talk about another loss with you guys. 7-10 again, the first pitch. It'll be Framber Valdez up against Chris Bubik for the Kansas City Royals. As soon as it ends, don't forget to join me right here for the Locked On Astros Postcast. You guys have a great rest of your Monday night. We'll talk again tomorrow after Astros and Royals.